Good morning, students. I'm Shomajit sir. Today I'm here to deliver my lecture on topic meiosis. This is from the chapter Cell Cycle and Cell Division. So watch the entire video lecture to gain basics out of it. So without any delay, let's start with the topic meiosis. So let's start. So let's start with the topic meiosis. So what is meiosis? It is a division of diploid germ cells that reduces the chromosome number by half, forming a haploid daughter cell gametes. Alright. So these meiosis are taking place in a reproductive cells and it occurs during gametogenesis. So meiosis takes place during gametogenesis and it leads to haploid phase in the life cycle of sexually reproducing organism. Alright, so meiosis takes place in the haploid phase in the life cycle of sexually reproducing organism. Fertilization restores the diploid phase. Okay, now what are the key features of meiosis? It involves two cycles. One is meiosis 1, another is meiosis 2, but only a single cycle of DNA replication. Alright, so it involves meiosis involves two cycles. One is meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, but only a single cycle of DNA replication takes place. It involves pairing of homologous chromosome and recombination between them. Okay, so it involves pairing of homologous chromosome and recombination between them. Meiosis 1 begins after replication of parental chromosome to form identical sister chromatids at the S phase. So meiosis 1 begins after replication of parental chromosome to form identical sister chromatid at S phase. 4 haploid cells are formed at the end of meiosis 2. Okay, so 4 haploid cells are formed at the end of meiosis 2. So you can see the stages of meiosis are given. One is meiosis 1, another is meiosis 2. So in meiosis 1 there are stages like prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1, and in meiosis 2 you have stages like prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. So this should be written in sequence and memorized at a sequence. So the sequence should be prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase, and don't mix it up, don't write it in a haphazard way. So you can see right hand side the entire diagram of meiosis 1 and 2 are given, where how the chromosomes are being changed. Now moving to one by one, let's start with meiosis 1 of prophase 1. So it is typically the longer and more complex stage. Okay, so it includes 5 phases in the chromosomal behavior. So it includes 5 phases based on the chromosomal behavior. One is leptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diplotin and dikinesis. So 5 stages are there. One is leptotin, zygotin, pachytin, diplotin and dikinesis are there. So you can see the 5 stages given, the pictures are given. Now let's see the first stage, that is leptotin stage. So what is leptotin stage? Here chromatin fibers becomes long slender chromosome. Okay, so the chromatin fiber become long central chromosome and the nucleus enlarged. Alright, so nucleus get enlarged. You can see the picture of prophase 1 and the chromosome structure is also given. Next, moving to next stage, that is zygotin or zygonema. Alright, here what happens, the chromosome become more condensed and similar chromosomes starts pairing together, that is synapsis takes place with the help of complex structure called synaptomial complex. So the paired chromosome are called homologous chromosome. The paired chromosome are called homologous chromosome. Each pair of homologous chromosome are called bivalent. Okay, so the paired chromosome are called homologous chromosome and each pair of homologous chromosome is called bivalent. Here in this stage, in the zygonema or zygotin stage, you can see the structure called synaptomial complex. You can see in the right hand side the diagram of synaptomial complex is shown. The figure you can see. Next is the third phase, that is pachytin stage of prophase 1 of meiosis 1. So this is the most important stage because here crossing over takes place. So it is comparatively a longer phase as compared to others, and bivalent chromosome in this phase, the bivalent chromosome splits into similar chromatid. This stage is called tetrad. Appearance of recombinant nodules at which crossing over occurs it leads to recombination of genetic material on the homologous chromosome. So recombination is completed by the end of Pac18. So you can see in prophase 1 the recombination are shown. Next is diplotin. So what happens in diplotin? Starting of terminalization takes place. So dissolution of the synoptimal complex occur and the recombined homologous chromosome of the bivalent separates from each other except at the site of crossing over. So the starting of separation starts and the egg-shaped structures are called chiasmata. In oocyte of some vertebrate, diplotin lasts for months or years. Alright, so in oocytes of some vertebrate, this diplotin stage lasts for months or years. You can see the diagram of diplotin. Next is the last phase of prophase 1, that is dikinesis. Here terminalization of chiasmata is seen. Alright, the entire chromosomes will be separated. So chromosomes are fully condensed, nucleolus and nuclear membrane disappears. The mitotic spindle fiber originates from the poles to prepare the homologous chromosome for separation. This is dikinesis. Next is metaphase 1 of meiosis 1. Here spindle formation is completed. The chromosome align on the equatorial plate. The microtubules from the spindle attached to the pair of homologous chromosome. You can see the structure of prophase 1 and metaphase 1. Let's see the structure of anaphase 1. What happens here? The homologous chromosomes separate while the sister chromatid remain associated with the chromosome. You can see in the anaphase 1, from the chromosome the chromatids are being separated and they are starting to move towards different poles. One is north and south pole. Next is telophase 1. In the telophase you can see the nuclear membrane and nucleolus reappears and two haploid daughter nuclei are formed. This is called diad. After this, cytokinesis may or may not occur. So after a short interphase, it is followed by meiosis 2. This short stage between two mitotic division is called interkinesis. Okay. So this stage is called interkinesis. So after a short interphase, it is followed by meiosis 2. So this short phase between two division is called interkinesis, and DNA replication does not occur in this phase. Now moving to meiosis 2, same process are there, same stage are there, but the chromosome number will increase. It resembles the mitosis. You can see here equational division will takes place. It has four phases. One is prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. So you can see in prophase 2, it is initiated immediately after cytokinesis. Okay, so this prophase 2 is started immediately after cytokinesis and the chromosomes again become compact. So nucleolus and nuclear membrane disappear in both nuclei. Next is metaphase 2. In this stage, the chromosome align at the equator and the microtubule from the opposite poles of the spindle get attached to the kinetochore of sister chromatid. Okay, so you can see the chromosomes get attached to the kinetochore of sister chromatids. Now is anaphase 2. In anaphase, it begins with simultaneous splitting off of centromere of each chromosome which was holding the sister chromatid together. Okay, it will now separate, thus they move towards the opposite poles. You can see the chromosomes are now we'll call chromatids. Okay, because chromosomes are split down into two and the chromatids are moving towards the opposite poles. Next is telophase 2. The two groups of chromosome once again get enclosed by a nuclear envelope. So cytokinesis follows, resulting in the formation of tetrads of cell, that is 4 haploid daughter cells. You can see. So you can see the overall steps of meiosis are given: prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1, and prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. You can see, so in meiosis 1 cell forms or give rise to 4 cells, but in mitosis 1 cell divides to form 2 cells. Okay, so in meiosis, first is the reductional division, then is the equational division. So you can see the overall steps of meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. You can see the differences are given very nicely. Now, what is the significance of meiosis or the importance of meiosis? It conserves the chromosome number of each species, and it causes genetic variation due to crossing over in the population of organism. It is important for evolution. Okay, so it is important for evolution. Thank you, student. This was all about the entire video lecture. We have discussed about the topic meiosis. Hope you have understood the video lecture and you have liked it. So stay at home, stay safe. I am Shomujit sir signing off for today. So again we'll meet in the next class. Thank you, students.